Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to the second mock draft here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, myself, John, back at it again. The fellas could not make it. Justin's working. Andrew's doing schoolwork. Chris got some family things going on, so shout out to them. Prayers out to them. But we are back for our 2.0 Commanders mock draft and our second go at the first round. Before we get into any of that, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy podcast. We are 10 subscribers away from 500. So I need y'all, if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it helps us share the channel. And don't forget to like, share, and comment down below. What's your team? Are you excited for the offseason? And who do you think I'm going to draft for you? Punch in your times and who am I going to draft for your team for this first round draft? Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast, Twitter at BIB Podcast, because Twitter hates long usernames for whatever reason. It would just be Ballin In Burgundy Podcast across the board, but Twitter likes their character limits. I don't know what it is. If y'all see me cough or, drink some water like the SpongeBob meme, I need it. It's because I'm coming out under the weather. I want to get y'all some content before we even get into the mock drafts, guys. When you guys see this, we'll be 3 days away from the NFL Combine, 8 days away from the free agency tag or the franchise tag deadline, 16 days from wave one of free agency, 59 days away from our beloved NFL draft, 79 days from the schedule release, 142 days from rookie training camp, 164 days from the preseason, and 192 days away from the 2025 NFL season. We're going to have a lot of content coming out to y'all. We're going to have some combine stuff, going to have some franchise, some free agency stuff. Obviously, we're going to go live for the draft. Come on now. Schedule releases the whole nine, but isn't it? It's an exciting time to be a Commanders fan, to be a Washington fan. Dude, I just can't believe it. If y'all are wondering, man, we're gonna get that awesome Washington on the Daily, hoodie. This thing is fantastic. Or this awesome white and burgundy Washington hat with the JD5 on the side with the feather. Y'all can go down to WashingtonOnTheDaily.com/shop, or I'll put it up here on the text and it'll be down in the description. Go get y'all a hat. Go get y'all a sweatshirt. This thing is phenomenally. This thing fits well. It feels good. This thing is big for my head. I got a big head. This thing, I got room in this hat, y'all. This feels like those big hats Brian Robinson used to wear. This feels like it, and it's amazing. But let's get into what y'all came here for. Round two, mock draft 2.0 of the NFL draft for the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, let me pull up PFF. Actually, before I do, yeah, let me pull up PFF for y'all. As I'm, over here in the corner. Hi guys, what's going on? Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna start with like we did last time, the all 32 team, one draft, high on the PFF big board, high on positional value, high on draft needs, low on the randomness. We're gonna knock this out right now. Pick one. Pick it one. Tennessee Titans. They could go a lot of different directions. I believe I went Abdul Carter to start last time. I'm going to do the opposite. I think they will stick at one, go quarterback, and I think Cam Ward out of Miami will be that guy. Pick two, Cleveland Browns. I believe I went Trav Hunter last time. But this is where I'm going to take Abdul Carter, and you will see why in a little bit. New York Football Giants, they sit here at 3. They have QB needs. We're going to go get Shador Sanders from Colorado. New England Patriots sit here at 4. I believe I went Mason Graham last time. I'm gonna go get Drake May some help and Tetaroa McMillan give him some size and some speed. Jacksonville Jaguars, I really like Will Johnson for the Jaguars. But if Travis Hunter is sitting here, you pair him up with Tyson Campbell, Andre Cisco at safety. Give me Travis Hunter going down to the Jaguars with Liam going, Duval. Get out of here, Liam. Pick 6 for the Las Vegas Raiders. They could use a few things. They could go Luther Burden, who has flew up these boards. They could go Will Johnson. And I think I'm going to do that. He's fallen a little bit. I'm going to go Will Johnson to the Raiders, 2 back-to-back corners. The Jets can use a flurry of things. I saw on someone's mock draft, they went Jackson Dart here. Absolutely not. We're going Mason Graham to beef up that interior. Carolina Panthers at 8. This should be defense. This should be defensive line. Now, whether I go Kenneth Grant, Walter Nolan, or I go in the edge department, I'm going to go James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee for those Panthers down in Carolina. The Saints, again, they could use a flurry of things. I'm going to go to the offensive line, get whoever's playing quarterback some help, especially the Ryan Ramczyk. Still, I think, injured. I'm going to go with the best of the bunch. Give me Will Campbell. He's probably going to test better as a guard because of his hand size and arm, length. I ain't worried about that. Give me Will Campbell. Chicago Bears, I'm going to stick to the offensive line for them. Ben Johnson is going to want to make sure that they can pass block and run block. Give me, they say Josh Simmons here. I'm going to take Kelvin Banks out of Texas. San Francisco 49ers, they need a little bit of everything. They saw 2 straight tackles go off the board. We can make it a third with Armand Membu, or he could play guard in the league, which I really like for them. But I'm going to stick to the defense, and I'm going to give him Kenneth Grant, that other Michigan dog, who's just going to eat up interior space and give him Nick Bosa a little bit of time, a little bit of room to breathe. Dallas Cowboys. I went Ashton Jeanty last time. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go Emeka Egbuka out of the Ohio State. Pair him with CeeDee Lamb, a constant chain mover. Give Dallas another weapon in the passing game. Miami Dolphins. I think I went Luther Burden here. And with the emergence of Jonnu Smith, I went Malachi Starks. And I'm going to stick with that and give him Malachi Starks. They need safety help with Javon Holland going to free agency, and they're not going to franchise tag him. Give him to Miami. Colts, I'm going to do what everybody else likes. I don't necessarily agree with the whole Tyler Warren to the Colts because Anthony Richardson never throws to his tight ends. But you can move him all across the field. He's an absolute unit. Give them Tyler Warren. Atlanta Falcons, this has to be edge rusher. There's a damn darn great one with Mike Green out of Marshall. Give me the herd to the birds. Arizona Cardinals sitting here at 16. They could go defensive line. They could go edge rusher. They could go corner. They could go a lot of different things. I'm going to give them Walter Nolan to beef up that interior. Cincinnati Bengals. They obviously need defensive help. The whole Trey Hendrickson situation, I don't know what's going to go on with that. I'm going to give them Mykel Williams to shore up some of that edge rushing need. Seattle Seahawks, they need a few things. They need linebacker. They need edge. Someone that's risen up a lot of boards is Jahad Campbell out of Alabama, the 6'3" junior. Didn't miss a whole lot of tackles. Was in and out everywhere. I'm going to give them Jahad Campbell. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am still going to go back to the edge department because they need someone there. Shamar Stewart is sitting there. So is Nick Scorin. I like Scorin a little bit more. for them. Denver Broncos. This is tight end written. I don't see any other pick for them. If Tyler Warren's not here, it's going to be Colston Loveland. Pittsburgh Steelers, the Yinzers. I could pair up Jade Barron with Joey Porter Jr. Luther Burden is still sitting here, and I like him for the Steelers. Pair him up with George Pickens if he sticks around. Los Angeles Chargers. You guys can see someone fell down this board a little bit, and that's kind of by design. Give me Ashton Jeanty to the Chargers with Jim Harbaugh and that really good offensive line. You saw what J.K. Dobbins could do? Give me Ashton Jeanty. Green Bay Packers. I think I went Matthew Golden here. I'm going to give them Jade Barron, especially with Jair Alexander maybe not returning to the team next year. They need someone who's going to be a dog out there. And with 5 interceptions from Barron, I like him there. Minnesota Vikings. I think I went corner last time in Morrison or Revel Jr. And Morrison's fell a little bit. I'm going to go the opposite route. I'm going to go offense and give them Omarion Hampton, running back out of UNC. Absolute dog at 6'1", 220. Let's make it happen. Give Justin Jefferson a true number one in the run game. Houston Texans. I would have taken Emeka Ibuka here, but Armand Membu has fallen a little bit. I'm going to give them Armand Membu. LA Rams. This is offensive line for sure. Now, whether it's Josh Simmons or Gray Zabel, who I think will, can play left guard, can play right tackle, play left tackle. I only gave up a sack this season. I like Zabel to the Rams right here. Baltimore Ravens. They just went 2 back-to-back tackles in this draft. They are not going to be left out in the woods alone. I'm going to give them Josh Simmons to replace, I think, Ronnie Stanley, who is leaving free agency. Detroit Lions. You need a pairing mate with Ian Hudson coming back. I like Darius Smith, but I don't think he's returning. Give me Shamar Stewart. He's got the tools for it. Washington Commanders. Y'all saw the thumbnail where I'm going. This is where I do the Myles Garrett trade. This is exactly where I do the Myles Garrett trade. Now, it's going to cost us this pick. It's going to cost us 29. It's going to cost us a first next year. It's going to cost us a second this year. And I'm going to give us 164 back in return. They obviously they're not interested in trading the pick, whatever. You force this trade, 2 firsts and a second for like Myles Garrett and a 5th. We went Abdul Carter for them. Now, sitting here, they could go a plethora of options. I'm going to give them Josh Connolly Jr. to give them a little bit of offensive tackle help along the offensive line. Buffalo Bills. I really like Derek Harmon here. And I really like Matthew Golden here. I think they need some defensive line help a little bit more. And I think Derek Harmon out of Oregon is going to be that guy. Kansas City Chiefs. They could use a few different things here. Tackle, D-line. They just saw Derek Harmon, so they could go like a Darius Alexander out of Toledo, who I'm a big fan of. Jalen Walker is still on the board. Siobhan Revel is still on the board. Benjamin Morrison is still on the board. Tyleek Williams is still on the board. Shamar Turner. What do I want to go with for the Chiefs? Tackle. Yeah, you're gonna reach on tackle here. I'm gonna give him Darius Alexander of Toledo. Pair him up with Chris Jones and I think Derek Nottie, who's still gonna be there, and let them run wild. Philadelphia Eagles. They could go get Matthew Golden, be that Jahan Dotson replacement. They could go get a guard with Mekhi Becton leading, but there's not really a good guard here at 32. Edge and corner, cool. I'm going to give them not a position that they need, but the position they're going to keep a strength. with Zach Bond and company leaving. I'm going to give him Jalen Walker out of Georgia, another Bulldog to pair with everybody else. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, the whole nine. So just to recap, Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Shadur Sanders, Tedero McMillan, Trav Hunter, Will Johnson, Mason Graham, James Pierce, Campbell, and Kenneth Grant to round out the top four, or top 10, excuse me. Kenneth Grant, Emeka Ibuka, Malachi Starks, Tyler Warren, Mike Green, Walter Nolan, Michael Williams, Jahad Campbell, Scorin and Loveland round out the first 20, and then Burden, Genty, Barron, Hampton, Armand Membu, Gray Zabel, Josh Simmons, Shamar Stewart, Josh Carnley Jr. with the trade from Washington for Myles Garrett, Derek Harmon, Darius Alexander, and Jalen Walker round out this first round mock draft. But let's get back into things for our Commanders. It's going to keep it with the same system. We are still going to trade 29 that first and that second with Cleveland for 164 and Myles Garrett. And just like that went through. So now we don't pick until 61. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit and we can go back and look. So Cleveland took Travis Hunter with pick 2 and Omarion Hampton with pick 29. So we sit here thinking, all right, well, we just traded for Myles Garrett, so we're good on edge right now. I'm thinking we go get Jaden Higgins. I think he won't make it this far. I think he'll be a little bit farther. So then Trey Harris will be the pick. But at 61, give me Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State. 6'3", 6'4", 215. Can do the contested catch, can do the long passes. 9 touchdowns, only 2 drops this season. Good in the slot. Really good in the slot. Give me Jaden Higgins here at 61. Pick 79. We won't pick again until 147. Now, there is a name on this board who I think is going to rise up draft boards insanely, and that's Azariah Thomas, sitting here from Florida State. 6'2", 198, good in the run, better in zone than he is man, but he can do both. An interception, only a 50.2 passer rating. He got better every year for the Seminoles. Give me Azariah Thomas in the burgundy and gold. Pick 147. It was taking a second to catch up. I think I can get Jack Nelson, this tackle out of Wisconsin. 6'7", 360, only give him a sack this season. Better in pass, great in zone. Tackle at 164. Who do I want? Oh, CJ West is still on the board for defensive interior. 6'2", 317. Really good in the run and still can get to the pass. Huh. Running backs are kind of coming off the board. Although Tutton's still on the board and Jordan James. All right. Do I go Ed? Not great. All right, I think my mind is, ooh, Kobe King is still on the board. No, I said Jordan McGee's my guy. I got to stick with it. I'm going to go with CJ West out of Indiana, the defensive end who is damn darn good at the run game. Pick 164 from the trade. Did take O'Donnell Fortune. I really wanted him. But give me Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin to be our tackle of the future. Now we go back to offense. Unless there's a really good edge rusher still on the board, and there is not. Ollie Gordon is fine. He kind of fell off towards the end of the year. All the running backs came off the board by this point. Honestly, like Jo'quavious Marks isn't bad out of South Carolina. Because I don't want to repeat guys into Quentin Jackson, although he is the better pick here. Actually, I'll just trade back a few spots. If I trade back with like the Chargers to 209, could I take 298? It's gonna be 253. Not even. What about the Raiders at 217? They don't even have a pick. Browns, Patriots. Can I get 239 off the? Oh, I can get two. Can I get 221? I can get 220. I can get 218 and 221 for 204. I'll take it to move back a little bit. I just hope none other running backs go. Okay. All right. So Jaquavius Marks here at 218, 221. Oh, Jalen Walker on the board. I'm gonna go the interior O line. Dylan Fairchild, Joshua Gray, my bad. Or Mark. I'm gonna go Marcus Weir, Minnesota or Montana State guard. Give me some interior help with I think Cosme surgery. Jalen Walker went. Darn it. Okay. Um, Colin Oliver still on the board. Decent pass rusher for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I'll take it for right now. It's your day sevens. And the last pick, I could go receiver, get us some more depth. Could go linebacker. I like Teddy Buchanan out of Cal. And I think, is it Nicholas Martin? No. David Kabenda? A little bit. I like Kabenda a little bit. Um, what have I gone with so far? Offense, defense, defense, offense, 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 defense. So I think so was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'll go defense. McWilliams is an interesting pick here. I think he might go to safety. I'm not sure. Shamari Simmons. Jabbar Muhammad is not going to be here. Sorry, guys. I don't see it. Anything in the safety room? Dan Jackson, Derrick Wright, Shiloh Sanders? No. Nothing. I mean, Vincent and Wedig at tackle, maybe. Tight ends? No, not really. How's Aaron Smith? Not bad. Run defense, 6'2", 2 touchdowns. No, that's not really important. Corner, DN, guard. I think in the defensive interior, no. I think I'm gonna go linebacker. I think I'll take Aaron. I go Aaron Smith. David Kabinga, 81, good in the run, much better in the run. I'm gonna go Aaron Smith out of South Carolina State to finish out this mock draft. It's a little weird, but I kind of dig it. I'm kind of enjoying the weirdness of it. So we get Myles Garrett in that fifth at 164. Then we got Jack Nelson for 2 firsts and a second, and we traded back from the 6th to get 2 sevens. We got Jaden Higgins, Azariah Thomas, CJ West, Jack Nelson, Jaquavius Marks, Marcus Ware, Colin Oliver, and Aaron Smith to round out our mock draft 2.0, which includes the Myles Garrett trade. Let me know down below. How did I do? Did I get your team right? Did I get your draft pick wrong? Who do you think I should have drafted for you? If you're a Colts fan, should I have gone safety? If you're a Cowboys fan, should I have gone JEANTY? If you're my Commanders fan, since I do good on us on both sides of the ball, trading for Myles Garrett and still getting a really good receiver, towards the end. But let me know down in the comments, what did I do great? What did I do wrong? And who are you looking forward to come this mock draft? But guys, that's going to wrap things up. A nice little mock draft for you guys. Schedule have been weird. Sickness, as you can't tell, is me coughing and drinking water like SpongeBob out here. But guys, don't forget to like and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Road to 500 subscribers keeps going. We are 10 away from 500. Call me Sean Spears. Call me Ty Dillinger, because 10 away. Make sure you get us to 500 subscribers. Make sure you share with a friend, with a friend, with a friend about Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Send this to someone who doesn't watch football or maybe is interested in just supporting local channels. That's us. Don't forget to go over to Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast, Twitter at BIB Podcast 12. All of our other content is going to be on Instagram, on these these three channels. Any reels, shorts, stories going to be on those channels. Again, shout out to Washington on the Daily. You see him here. You see him on the thumbnail. Shout out to him. Shout out to Rio. Shout out to Tone. Shout out to Corey, supporting us since day one. All of their channel links and Instagram links down in the description. But guys, let's get out of here. Let's raise hail during this free agency time. Let's look forward to who we're going to re-sign, who we're going to let go, who we might trade to, or trade away or trade for. But let's raise hell this offseason, guys. And don't forget to stay ballin'. We will see y'all out there.